Edward never came back. Bella waited. At first, it was an active wait. Her mind refused to accept what had happened, clinging to the idea that Edward hadn't abandoned her, that it was all a test, that at any moment he would return. Her phone never rang. Alice never appeared at her window. Every time she saw a silver Volvo on the road, her heart stopped and then shattered again. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The seasons changed, but inside Bella, everything remained frozen, suspended in a limbo of denial and emptiness. She walked through school like a shadow, barely responding when someone spoke to her. Charlie watched her with growing concern, his helplessness reflected in every gesture. He tried to distract her, to encourage her to go out, to talk, but Bella could only offer him a forced smile before locking herself in her room. Then Jacob appeared. At first, his presence was just a distant echo, a fleeting distraction that failed to break the wall of pain surrounding her. But Jacob was not like the others. His laughter was genuine, his energy so warm and overwhelming that, without realizing it, Bella began to breathe again. With him, the days weren't as long, the nights weren't as lonely. Yet her heart remained barren, incapable of blooming, until the dreams came. It all started with a whisper in the night, an echo of something distant and sinister. At first, they were just shadows at the edges of her mind, figures moving between the trees when she closed her eyes. Then the dreams became more intense, red eyes glowing in the darkness, light footsteps on dry leaves, a soft, mocking feminine laugh. Victoria, Bella felt her before she saw her. First, it was a tightness in her chest, a primal instinct of danger washing over her when she walked alone. Then it was something more tangible, a scent in the air, a flash of red between the trees, the chilling sensation of being watched. She saw her one afternoon in the reflection of a window, burning eyes and a razor-sharp smile before disappearing into the forest mist. From that moment on, Bella stopped sleeping peacefully. Jacob noticed the change. His skin burned with restrained fury every time Bella shivered while looking over her shoulder. The pack started patrolling around her house, staying on high alert for any suspicious movement. But Victoria was in no hurry. She enjoyed the game, savoring Bella's fear the way a wolf savors its prey before striking. Then, the unexpected happened. The Volturi came to Forks. It wasn't a grand entrance or an immediate threat. It was a whisper in the air, a presence felt before it materialized. The first time Bella saw them, she wasn't alone. Jacob was with her at the Black's house, trying to distract her with stories of his tribe when the wind carried a scent that set him on edge. Bella felt it before she saw it. A cold unlike anything she had ever felt ran down her spine. Jacob's skin bristled, and his muscles tensed as if he were about to transform. Then a barely audible murmur at the doorway. Isabella Swan. The voice was soft, velvety, but carried a dangerous edge. When Bella turned her head, her world froze. Caius. His skin was whiter than snow, his silver hair cascaded over his shoulders, and his crimson eyes were pools of liquid blood. Bella didn't have to ask who he was. She knew instantly. She knew her life was about to change in ways even Edward hadn't foreseen. Jacob growled before she could react. His body trembled, and in a blink, the boy was gone, replaced by the beast. A massive, furious wolf placed itself between Bella and Caius, its fangs bared in warning. Caius didn't even blink. With a simple wave of his hand, Jacob stopped in his tracks. His body was shaken by an invisible force, his legs buckling, his breath turning ragged. Bella screamed his name, but the wolf couldn't move. "I'm not here to fight," Caius said with a sharp smile, only to make it clear that the time for games is over. Bella felt the air leave her lungs. Caius looked at her one last time before vanishing into the mist, as if he had never been there. Jacob collapsed to the ground, gasping, his eyes burning with rage and confusion. Bella helped him up, but her mind remained trapped in the emptiness Caius had left behind. The Volturi knew about her, and what Edward feared most was about to come true. From that moment on, Bella's life became a countdown. Victoria still lurked at the edges. The Volturi had set their sights on her, and the wolf pack stood on the brink of collapse, facing enemies far more powerful than them. It was on a stormy night when the first blow struck. Jacob was with her, trying to distract her, when a creak at the window made them both tense. A bone-chilling cold slipped into the room. And then, Bella saw him. Felix. A stone giant with crimson eyes advancing toward the house with the calm of someone who knows nothing can stop him. Bella backed up until she hit the wall, while Jacob stepped forward, his body trembling with transformation. But before he could attack, another presence appeared. Alec. Bella felt her body go numb before her mind could react. An extreme cold wrapped around her, the air thickened, her limbs turned heavy. "Don't be afraid," Alec said, his reassuring smile only deepening the terror in her chest. "It will only take a moment." Jacob dropped to his knees, immobilized. Panic took hold of Bella's body. They were going to take her. No one could stop them. And then a roar tore through the night. It wasn't Jacob. It wasn't a wolf. It was a roar Bella knew too well. A roar she thought she would never hear again. The sound of a monster who had tried to stop being one, but had come back too late. Edward Cullen had returned.